Anyone out there remember going to one of those gaming stores that probably no longer exist and finding the bargain bin of games that didn't have an instruction manual or a box? You would take one look at this bin of a mishmash of different cartridges for a plethora of systems, more than likely, and you would just have to go ahead and pluck one out and basically say, you know what, I like the cover of this one. I think I'm going to take it home and try it. That was basically the way it worked in the 80s and in some cases the early 90s, and it was definitely a hell of a time to be alive.
You're goddamn right.
Today we're going to have a chat about a title that's out right now that is doing its best to make all of us who went through that time period relive that big question mark of whether or not we're going to actually enjoy this damn game that we don't know anything about. And for the rest of you who are too damn young to actually be able to appreciate that, you're going to have the opportunity to have that experience now as well. UFO 50, from the developer Mossmouth, known for the Spelunky series and the devs of both Catacomb Kids and Downwell. This title can only be described as a love letter to the way back when I grew up, as I said before, the 80s. Get ready to take a trip down the fictional memory lane compilation of the LX Entertainment System. Each game you see in the selection screen even has a fun little blurb about it and its development. It could mention the first appearance of a character that'll show up in another title that was developed later, something about what was going on when the devs made it, or other fun little anecdotes to just kind of add a little bit of flavor to all these different titles that you're going to be diving into with little or no knowledge. This anthology of games oozes character and a certain feeling of, wow, these old shoes just fit so much better than everything else I have. Not to mention a retro experience that I believe most everyone will find intriguing. True to its name, the game boasts 50 different games that all play a little bit differently and absolutely have a discernible beginning and end. You're going to find entries from every genre: arcade-style games, RPGs, adventure games, shoot-em-ups, beat-em-ups, puzzles, platformer strategy. The game absolutely has everything for everyone as you make it through each of these titles. These are not mini-games or micro-games either. All of them have their own thing going on, and they all are complete titles in their own right. Some will be longer than others, but all of them have an established arc that will leave you satisfied when you finally roll the in-game credits if you have the desire to actually beat them. When you do finally beat any of these games, you'll be greeted by a golden cartridge in the games list to show that you have actually seen it through. Good job, gamer. You did great. Now go ahead and flaunt this brand new golden cartridge to all your friends to show that you actually beat it. If you really want to impress your friends and swing that big old gamer peen around, then go for the platinum. We all know that everyone out there loves their achievement hunting, but what you're going to get in this isn't necessarily a platinum, it's called a cherry cartridge. If you manage that, your gold cart will have turned into a pinkish purple color to show that you are definitely the supreme gamer amongst all of your friends. Nothing says gaming quite like showing up your friends and saying that you're better than them. What's really awesome is each one of these games feels like a solid, well-crafted experience that you would have found back on the original Atari or Nintendo systems. This may be a completely different language for some of you watching this review, but you could throw the old Coleco or Intellivisions in there as well. I know that some of you are probably like, what in the hell is this guy talking about? But these are all the game systems I grew up with, and all of these games remind me of each one of these systems. Some of them are single player only, but some of them also have co-op and even have versus modes that you can enjoy with people around you. So what's so good about this game? Outside of all the aforementioned feels each one of the games inside of it gives you, each one of the games actually play exactly how you would want a game from the era to play. So if you were thinking that, hey, I want a good Atari, Nintendo, or Intellivision or ColecoVision experience, all of these games are going to deliver on those hits. Now there is a but to this, and it's a big but. All of them come with a twist. Each of the titles has added modern mechanics to help round out the experience. Playing one of the beat-em-ups like Fist Hell, for example, you're likely going to see a level-up system like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that recently came out. Go ahead and spend some of the money that you found laying around to upgrade your character in between areas. Maybe you're playing Dungeon Crawler Valbrace. You want those sweet Eye of the Beholder or Dungeon Master vibes from way back in the day? This one has got you, but with its own time to turn what you were expecting upside down. When you level up, you gain magic, you get better equipment, but when it's time to kick some ass, you aren't going turn-based. Oh no. What you're going to be doing is you're going to have an action-style, fast-twitch type of combat that almost feels like the old Mike Tyson's Punch-Out from the Nintendo Entertainment System. Even Arena Shooter Overbold has a level-up system that makes it feel like Robotron or Smash TV up on steroids. So let's get away from the continued circle jerk I'm giving this game, but also mention that, like most games, UFO 50 isn't perfect in every damn way. Reviewers note that it's a very subjective opinion, a lot like the point I'm about to bring up. Let's be honest, the charm and fun of only really knowing the controls, kinda, and even then only if you decide to look at the pause screen and take a peek, can be a mixed bag. Some games feel a bit too opaque at times with the information they're giving you on how to play them. I can firmly and confidently call out Mooncat on this one. I wanted to enjoy it so badly, but wrapping my head around the incredibly confusing controls made it more of a task than fun, And if you're someone like me, wasting a lot of time just figuring out the controls is going to put me off even wanting to work out what else I'm going to be needing to do in this game. When it comes preloaded with a very heavy dose of Work It Out Junior, a game will typically lose me if I can't work it out within the first 10 minutes. Games like Golfaria may give you the bare bones information you need to even play the game, but once you dive into it, it can be a bit frustrating to even understand what you're doing. A golf ball on an adventure is an idea I'm all in on, but having a limited number of shots on a map that has a lot going on and can stop progress, coupled with following the limited directions you get from your golf ball brethren leading to dead ends, it can get a bit annoying. Now, I'm sure anyone will love this degree of exploring and trial and error, but for this guy, it felt more like work, and not the kind of work I'm doing now by putting this review together. I enjoy this, but when I want to sit my ass down and enjoy a game, I don't want there to be too much guesswork, even when I'm streaming it here or on Twitch. So where does that leave us? Is UFO 50 a must-buy? For 25 American clams, I'm going to go with a resounding yes. This game is making more than a few folks' top 10 games of the year lists already, and it's damn easy to see why. Some of the titles in this game could easily have been $5 to $10 for the amount of playtime and complexity you get out of them. Looking at you once again, Valbrace. Can you tell I like that one, guys? Excuse me, I may have to go... I also should probably ask Valbrace. That way I won't have to do it on my own. I have very little doubt that some people out there are really going to get their money's worth and love every one of these games. Even if you only like half of them, I have no doubt that your dollar-to-hour entertainment value is going to be excellent on this one. As of this review, I've put in just 16 hours of playtime, and I've only hit 22 of 50 of the unique titles, with me only having beat one of them. I absolutely do plan on playing each one of them as well. I want to see what cool gems are hiding in this, and I can't wait to find a couple more that are really going to reel me in. Oh, hey again, Valbrace, how are you doing today? And one more time, would you like to... I've heard that there's one that's very similar to an old-style Final Fantasy I from way back in the day, and the original Final Fantasy was easily one of my favorite games as a kid. So if you enjoy a multitude of game types and genres, I emphatically implore you to check out UFO 50. Okay. I have no doubt that any of you who purchase this one are going to have a good time with at least 50% of what it has to offer. It kind of makes me wonder if this kind of game is the way of the future. And the reason I say that is because you have some devs coming together to really put together a few ideas that have their own complete game feel, but they don't have to be these huge titles that are going to take an overbearing amount of time to actually complete. What this title really does is set the table for people to do risks like this in the future. I think it's really cool that people could come out with some games that don't necessarily look the most visually appealing, but they actually have some really cool mechanics going on and really solid gameplay that really feels like a good game. So that's it, YouTube, for UFO 50. I think that this one is absolutely fantastic, and I really do think a lot of you out there are going to get a hell of a lot of fun out of it if you decide to pick it up. If you've already checked out UFO 50, let me know in the comments what your favorite title is. I would love to hear what everyone has to say about what their favorites are, what they don't like, what they did like. If you haven't played this game yet and you're checking out a review so you can kind of figure out whether or not you want to pick it up, when you do, make sure you come back and let me know exactly what you're thinking about it. I would love, again, to hear somebody who's brand new to the title give me their feelings on it. One more time, I would easily pay $10 to $15 for a game like Valbrace that's in here, and I would love to see someone actually take this idea and run with it with a more modern setting of like graphics and mechanics and things like that. If you want to talk about this game, make sure you join the Discord in our community. There's more than a few people who are playing it, and we're all talking about our experiences about which games we like the most and what really feels good. Not to mention, if you join the Discord, you know when I'm live streaming here on YouTube or on Twitch. It's a win-win for everyone. Make sure you like, make sure you put your comments down there, guys. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn on notifications so you know when I'm putting out further reviews. We have more reviews coming down the pipe in the very near future, and I cannot thank everyone enough for taking in this video. It truly does mean a lot. I love doing them. A big shout out to all of my supporters through Patreon, Twitch, Coffee, and here on my channel subscriptions on YouTube. You guys are absolutely amazing. I truly hope that if you guys decide to check out UFO 50, you have an absolutely amazing time, again, with at least half of what it has to offer. I think that there is a lot of really good in this game, and I think if you're the type of gamer that really enjoys a bunch of different styles of games, you're going to have an absolutely amazing time with this one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll definitely catch you on the next one, everyone.